Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy SAE. Bless upon yourself, and thank you all for tuning into this one. Some people, what I really want to talk about this time around is the West Indies versus India Test series coming up here. A lot of people have different opinions on who the West Indies should use to open the batting, right? I'm really gonna zoom in on who I think is the best opening choice, because we have I think about 4 to 5 players who can open the batting, and we're playing against India guys, I don't know if they're gonna use the same two left-hander to open the batting, are they gonna put a right and left hand to really counteract the bowlers. But my people, if it's the first time on the channel as usual, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell. My people, don't watch dirty clothes, my people. I'm just at work and I'm just get a little lunch, and I thought I would just do a little video and talk a little bit about it. So let's dive into the details, right? By right, the two openers that the West Indies possibly will use is John Campbell and Tage and Shanapal. These two have never opened together in the same team before, but I think this is the main out and out opening pair. But other people might have different opinions, in terms of you have a Kevlon Anderson, you have a Brandon King, you have a Shy Hope. You have other guys in the team who could open the batting, who can open the batting. You understand? It all depends on the team that they will use. Right? So as I said, you have Kevlon Anderson and Brandon King. The last test series that the West Indies have played, we have seen that they have rotated the openers. You understand? Or should I say they have try out or experiment with the opening pair, because at one point, assigned 2 innings, I think Kevlon Anderson opened the batting, right? Never really fruitful, I never really done, he never really did anything, to be honest with you guys. You understand? A pure duck, I think he got. He never really scored any runs, right? So I don't know if they wanna continue persist with this choice. I've given him an opening slot or what, but in my opinion, I think he should be in the middle, batting in the middle, right? So yeah, Brandon King as well at one point opened the batting as well. He didn't really do bad, he got a couple score, but I still think that the main openers is going to be Tage Shanapal and John Campbell. You understand? That means Kevlon Anderson might not play the first test, because if you have a team like John Campbell, Tage Shanapal, these two will be the openers. Number three, I'm sure you're gonna might be have there's no Casey Carty, there's no Amir Django in this test team. So you might say Brandon King might have to come in at that number 3 position. And then you can fill out the 4, go down where you have other players in the team like who batted that for the last time? You know. Yeah, I'm not remembering quite now, but I think Alec Atanas is there. So you have options. So either Brandon King or Kevlon Anderson will not play this first test. Such a pity though, because I think these two are two good batters, but I think they're gonna favor in terms of Kevlon or King. I think they have to go with King, no question about it. So my choice will always gonna be King at 3 or 4. But I think as regards to the opening pair, guys, I think if these guys don't take up, alright, should I say, if these guys don't step up in terms of a Brandon King and in terms of John Campbell guys and Tage National, I think Darren Samu will rotate them once again. So I'm thinking John Campbell, I'm giving him the first 3 or the first 4 innings, because it's what, 5 tests, something like that, guys, 5 tests or so. So I'm giving him John Campbell the first 2 tests to prove himself, because the last 3 tests never really did much. You get a couple score in the 40s and 30s, 20s as well. But when I talk about scoring, you understand, and helping the team, guys, he didn't do that. If I'm to be honest with myself, and I'm not being biased as a Jamaican, and I'm being truthful, he just didn't do that. So he need to prove why he's still in the team, or why he deserves to be in the team. We know he performed well at the regional, but the regional cricket and the international cricket are 2 different ball game, right? So I think it all comes down to him mainly. I'm not too worried about Tage Generation and Paul because as though Brathwaite is out now, my people, I think Tage Generation and Paul will get a long run in the test opening slot. I don't think he did bad the last time they played, or he played the last couple, because he have a double hundred in tests, against Zimbabwe, but he was dropped from the test squad for a reason of not scoring runs, So as our Brathwaite has been dropped now, I think this time this spot or his spot in the team was kind of holding up the team. I'm not looking down on Craig Brathwaite, but to be honest with you guys, I think he batted too slow as a opening batter. He's just the fashion in way he bat guys, it was just not working out for West Indies, and we have seen that. We have called for it and many times to really, should I say, don't want to say replicate, but do something about it. You understand? They have given him. He played over 100. He played 100 tests for the West Indies, and it's such a pity that at this stage you're 33 years old and 33, 34, and you have to get dropped 100 tests. Come on, man! You should be the man standing firm, tall like a Joe Root in a squad like a Virat Kohli, like a Kane Williams. Those are the guys you should be aiming for. But people might come and say the West Indies structure is not good enough to develop players. They haven't played much tests. But I think Craig Brathwaite, in my opinion, guys, I think he's stuck in his way too much, guys. He could have branched off long ago. But that's a different story. But as regards to opening, guys, my two choice would have to be Tage and John Campbell. We can throw in Kevlon Anderson or Brandon King. We can do the right left hand combination. But the top four is basically out. Tage and Paul, John Campbell, Alec Athanas, Brandon King. You understand? And I think five you're gonna have might be a Rastan Chase, and then six you're gonna have a Shea Hope, and then seven you're gonna go with the all rounder in Justin Graves if he's fit. That's how the team gonna do, and then you already know how the bowling is gonna run out. We have the Josephs, the two Joseph, the Seals. You understand? And I might, as I said in my previous playing 11, I have to go. I'm gonna give Curry Pierre a edge over of Jamal Warrican, but I know that's not gonna happen. They're gonna play him back Warrican because he's the vice captain. But my people, I just wanted to really share with you guys and let you and hear your guys' opinion on this matter, because it's really something that you have to look at and say, who are you gonna open with? We know by Frank, anybody look at this team, they're gonna say, hey, it's gonna be John Campbell and Tej Narin. But we have been around West Indies cricket for a long while. We can see unexpected change in terms of we can see West Indies just say, all right, you know what, we're going to hope in the right and left hand combination. It all depends on the pitch and the bowlers that you're up against. But honestly, my people, leave your honest thoughts down below. Bless up on yourself. All right, like more.